You see them across the room. Your heart races. Your palms sweat. This is it. Your chance. You have 7 seconds from the moment they notice you to the moment their brain decides, interesting, or move on. 7 seconds to go from a stranger to someone they can't stop thinking about. And here's the brutal truth. Most people waste these 7 seconds. They freeze. They overthink. They get so nervous that they blow their shot before they even say hello. Today, I'm breaking down exactly what happens in those critical 7 seconds, what your crush's brain is doing, what they're judging you on, and how to make every single second count. Because when it comes to attraction, you never get a second first impression. Let's talk about the 7 seconds that could change your love life. The science. What happens in their brain? The research. Princeton University study, Alexander Todorov. It takes only 100 milliseconds, 1/10 of a second, for someone to form a judgment about you. Attractiveness, trustworthiness, likability, confidence. Your brain processes all of this before you've even opened your mouth. The next 7 seconds? That's just your brain confirming what it already decided in that first 1/10 of a second. Why your brain does this? From an evolutionary perspective, quick judgments equals survival. Our ancestors needed to instantly assess, friend or threat, mate or pass. Your crush's brain is doing the same calculation, just for different reasons. Are they attractive to me? Confident? Worth my time? And once that snap judgment is made, it's almost impossible to change. The confirmation bias. Here's the cruel part. If their first impression is positive, everything you do afterward seems charming. If their first impression is negative, everything you do afterward seems awkward. Example. Positive first impression. You stumble over your words. Aw, they're nervous. That's cute. Negative first impression. You stumble over your words. This is uncomfortable. I want to leave. Same action, completely different interpretation. That's why those first 7 seconds are everything. The good news. You have way more control over those 7 seconds than you think. Because most people blow it, which means if you don't, you're already ahead of 90% of your competition. What your crush judges in 7 seconds. Here's what their brain is unconsciously evaluating. And spoiler, it's not what you think. The 55-38-7 rule. When someone forms a first impression, 55% equals visual, how you look, move, carry yourself. 38% equals vocal, how you sound, not what you say. 7% equals verbal, what you actually say. Translation? What you say matters the least. How you say it and how you look when you say it, that's everything. Visual cues. What they see. 1. Body language. Attractive body language. Open posture. Relaxed stance. Taking up space. Smooth movements. Unattractive body language. Crossed arms. Slouched shoulders. Fidgeting. Looking at the ground. What they think. Body language confident, they're attractive and secure. Body language nervous, they're insecure and unsure. 2. Eye contact. The pattern that creates attraction. See them, make eye contact, hold for 2 seconds. Look away. Look back. What not to do. Stare intensely. Look away immediately. Never make eye contact. What they think. They looked at me, looked away, then looked back. They're interested, but not desperate. Intriguing. 3. Smile. Not just any smile, a Duchenne smile. Real smile. Eyes crinkle at corners plus mouth smiles. Fake smile. Only mouth moves, eyes stay dead. Research shows people can unconsciously detect fake smiles. And fake smiles make you seem untrustworthy. Your crush's brain. Real smile equals they're genuinely happy to see me. Warm. Safe. 4. Grooming and appearance. This isn't about being conventionally attractive, it's about showing you put in effort. Why effort matters. Effort signals, I care about how I present myself. I value this interaction. The minimum, clean, well-fitting clothes. Groomed hair, good hygiene. Clothes that fit the context. What they think. They put effort into how they look. They respect themselves and others. Vocal cues, 38%. How you sound. 1. Tone, attractive tone. Warm, calm, varied, unattractive tone. Nervous, monotone, too loud, or too quiet. What they think. Calm, warm tone, they're confident and comfortable. I feel safe with them. 2. Pace, the sweet spot. Not too fast, not too slow. Nervous rambling is the #1 vocal mistake people make with crushes. When you're nervous, you talk fast to fill silence, but fast talking signals anxiety. Instead, slow down. Breathe. Pauses are okay. What they think. They're speaking at a normal pace, they're comfortable, not desperate or anxious. 3. Volume. Too quiet. Signals insecurity, lack of confidence. Too loud signals overcompensation, trying too hard. Just right, natural speaking volume that matches the environment. Verbal cues, 7%. What you say. Here's the shocking part. Your actual words matter the least, but you can still blow it with the wrong words. What not to say in the first 7 seconds. Self-deprecating jokes. I'm so awkward. Overly sexual comments. Complaining. This party sucks. Bragging. I just got promoted to senior VP. Interview questions. So what do you do? What to say. Their name, if you know it. Genuine observation. I love your energy. Playful comment. Open question that shows interest in them. The secret. The best first words make them feel good, not prove you're impressive. The fatal mistakes. Why most people blow it. Let's talk about how people sabotage themselves in those crucial 7 seconds. Mistake number 1. Trying too hard. What this looks like. Over-the-top compliments. You're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. Showing off. Did I mention I drive a Tesla? Forced humor. Over-eagerness. I'm so happy to meet you. Why this kills attraction. Desperation is the opposite of attractive. When you try too hard, you signal, I need your validation to feel good about myself. Attractive people, secure in themselves, not seeking validation. Unattractive energy. Needy, desperate for approval. What your crush thinks. They're trying way too hard. Red flag. I feel pressured. Mistake number 2. Nervous rambling. What this looks like? Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. I've actually seen you around before. Not in a creepy way, just, we're in the same building and I was wondering if maybe you'd want to grab coffee sometime. Or not coffee, if you don't like coffee. Tea or whatever you want. No pressure. Just thought it would be cool to stop. Breathe. Why this kills attraction. Rambling signals anxiety, and anxiety makes the other person uncomfortable. What your crush thinks. This person is so nervous they can't even form coherent sentences. This feels awkward. I want to leave. Mistake number 3. Looking away constantly. What this looks like? They're talking to you, and you're looking at the floor, your phone, over their shoulder, literally anywhere but their eyes. Why this kills attraction. No eye contact equals no connection. It signals either disinterest or extreme insecurity. What your crush thinks. They're not even looking at me. Are they bored? Scared? Either way, this isn't working. Mistake number 4. Closed body language. What this looks like. Arms crossed, shoulders hunched, leaning away, hands in pockets, body turned away. Why this kills attraction. Closed body language says, I don't want to be here. I'm protecting myself from you. Even if that's not what you mean, that's what they receive. What your crush thinks. They seem closed off, not interested, or scared of me. Mistake number 5. The self-deprecating defense. What this sounds like? Sorry, I'm so awkward. I'm terrible at this. You probably think I'm weird. Why people do this? You think if you acknowledge your nervousness, it'll make it less awkward. The truth? It makes it more awkward. Why this kills attraction. You're asking them to comfort you instead of creating a fun interaction. You've made yourself the victim in a situation where no one attacked you. What your crush thinks. Why are they apologizing? Now I have to reassure them. This is exhausting. Mistake number 6. Forgetting they're a person, not a prize. What this looks like. You're so focused on winning them over that you forget to actually get to know them. You're performing, not connecting. Why this kills attraction. People can feel when you're treating them like an object to be won rather than a person to connect with. What your crush thinks. They're not actually interested in me. They're interested in the idea of me, or just want to date someone. Mistake number 2. Nervous rambling. What this looks like? Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. I've actually seen you around before. Not in a creepy way, just, we're in the same building and I was wondering if maybe you'd want to grab coffee sometime. Or not coffee, if you don't like coffee. Tea or whatever you want. No pressure. Just thought it would be cool to Stop. Breathe. Why this kills attraction. Rambling signals anxiety, and anxiety makes the other person uncomfortable. What your crush thinks. This person is so nervous they can't even form coherent sentences. This feels awkward. I want to leave. Mistake number 3, looking away constantly. What this looks like? They're talking to you, and you're looking at the floor, your phone, over their shoulder, literally anywhere but their eyes. Why this kills attraction. No eye contact equals no connection. It signals either disinterest or extreme insecurity. What your crush thinks. They're not even looking at me. Are they bored? Scared? Either way, this isn't working. Mistake number 4, closed body language. What this looks like. Arms crossed, shoulders hunched, leaning away, hands in pockets, body turned away. Why this kills attraction. Closed body language says, I don't want to be here. I'm protecting myself from you. Even if that's not what you mean, that's what they receive. What your crush thinks. They seem closed off, not interested, or scared of me. Mistake number 5, the self-deprecating defense. What this sounds like? Sorry, I'm so awkward. I'm terrible at this. You probably think I'm weird. Why people do this? You think if you acknowledge your nervousness, it'll make it less awkward. The truth? It makes it more awkward. Why this kills attraction. You're asking them to comfort you instead of creating a fun interaction. You've made yourself the victim in a situation where no one attacked you. What your crush thinks. Why are they apologizing? Now I have to reassure them. This is exhausting. Mistake number 6, forgetting they're a person, not a prize. What this looks like. You're so focused on winning them over that you forget to actually get to know them. You're performing, not connecting. Why this kills attraction. People can feel when you're treating them like an object to be won rather than a person to connect with. What your crush thinks. They're not actually interested in me. They're interested in the idea of me, or just want to date someone. The 7-second strategy, how to do it right. Now let's break down exactly what to do, second by second. Before the approach, priming, 30 seconds before. Step 1, the power pose. Amy Cuddy's research, Harvard, standing in a power pose for 2 minutes increases testosterone, confidence hormone, and decreases cortisol, stress hormone. Power pose examples. Hands on hips, chest out, Wonder Woman pose, arms raised in victory. Leaning back in chair, hands behind head. Do this privately before you approach, not in front of them. That's weird. What this does. Physiologically makes you feel more confident. Step 2, mental reframe. Instead of, I need them to like me, think, I'm going to see if we vibe. The paradox of attraction. When you need them to like you, desperate energy, unattractive. When you're curious if you're compatible, relaxed energy, attractive. Shift from outcome-focused to connection-focused. Step 3, release expectation. Expect nothing, hope for everything. The less attached you are to the outcome, the more relaxed and authentic you'll be, and authenticity is magnetic. Now, the actual 7 seconds. Second 0 to 1, the eye contact moment. What to do. They notice you, or you notice them. Make eye contact, hold it for 2 seconds. Smile slightly, not a huge grin, just a subtle, warm smile. Then look away. What this does, creates intrigue. You acknowledge them, showed interest, but didn't stare desperately. Second 1 to 2, the return glance. Look back, make eye contact again briefly. What this does, confirms your interest. That first look wasn't an accident. I'm actually interested. This is the moment their heart rate increases slightly. They've registered, this person is noticing me. Second 2 to 3, the approach. What to do. Walk toward them with open body language, shoulders back, arms relaxed. Steady pace, not rushing, not hesitating. Relaxed facial expression, not grimacing from nerves. What this does, shows confidence. You're not scared to approach, you're comfortable. Second 3 to 4, the smile and hello. What to do. Get within conversational distance, about 3 to 4 feet. Smile, a real Duchenne smile, eyes plus mouth. Say hi or hey. Tone, warm, friendly, calm, not nervous or overly enthusiastic. What this does, establishes you're friendly, safe, and genuinely happy to interact. Second 4 to 5, the opener. What to say, choose one. If you know their name, Sarah, right? I'm Alex. I've been wanting to introduce myself. If you don't know their name, hi, I'm Alex. I saw you from across the room and wanted to come say hi. If there's context, I love your specific thing they're wearing, doing. Where'd you get it? What not to say? Pickup lines. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? Generic interview. What do you do? Self-deprecation. Sorry if this is weird. What this does shows confidence, directness, and genuine interest. Second, 5 to 6. The interest shift. What to do? After your opener, immediately shift focus to them. Ask an open question that makes them feel seen. What brings you here tonight? How do you know? What's your story? Tone. Genuinely curious, not interrogating. What this does? Most people, when nervous, talk about themselves. You're doing the opposite. You're making them the center of attention, and people are attracted to people who make them feel interesting. Second, 6 to 7. The active listening. What to do? They start answering. Your job, make eye contact, not staring, natural. Nod slightly, shows you're listening. Smile at appropriate moments. React genuinely to what they say. What not to do? Think about what you're going to say next. Look around the room. Interrupt them. What this does, creates connection. They feel heard, and feeling heard equals attraction. By second 7, their brain has decided, this person is confident, warm, genuinely interested in me, and makes me feel good. I want to keep talking to them. That's a successful first impression. After the 7 seconds, maintaining the impression. The first 7 seconds got you in the door. Now don't blow it. Continue to ask questions about them. 80-20 rule. They talk 80%, you talk 20%. Tell stories when relevant. Don't monologue. Find common ground. Oh, you love hiking? Me too. Use their name occasionally. Creates intimacy. Mirror their energy. If they're calm, be calm. If excited, match it. The goal? Make them feel like talking to you is the best part of their day. The psychology, why this works. The attraction halo effect. If your crush forms a positive first impression in those 7 seconds, everything you do afterward benefits from a halo. Positive halo. You tell a mediocre joke. They're so funny. You stumble on words. So cute and genuine. You're a little awkward. Adorably nervous. Negative halo. You tell a great joke. Trying too hard. You're polite. Boring. You're confident. Arrogant. Same behaviors, opposite interpretations. That's why those first 7 seconds are everything. The self-fulfilling prophecy. When you make a great first impression, they're warm, you relax, you're more authentic, they like you more. You become even more confident. Upward spiral. When you blow the first impression, they're cold, you get more nervous, you try harder, they pull back more, you panic. Downward spiral. The first impression sets the entire trajectory. The reciprocity principle. When you make someone feel good, by being warm, interested, making them feel seen, they unconsciously want to make you feel good. Translation. When you make your crush feel attractive and interesting, they start acting more attractive and interesting toward you. It becomes a positive feedback loop. Conclusion. What if you already blew it? Real talk. What if you already had your 7 seconds with your crush and you blew it? The reset strategy. If you see them again, you can sometimes get a redo. How? Approach with self-aware humor, not self-deprecation. Hey, I think we got off on the wrong foot last time. I was really nervous. Can we start over? This works because it's honest, attractive, it's vulnerable without being weak. It gives them permission to reset too. Shows you care enough to try again. Success rate, about 60%. Not guaranteed, but worth trying. When to cut your losses. If they're clearly not interested, short answers, looking away, closing body language, respect that. Don't try to convince someone to like you. That's not attractive. It's exhausting. Move on. Find someone who lights up when you walk in the room. You deserve someone who doesn't need convincing. The final truth. The right person won't make you jump through hoops. The right person will respond to your genuine, confident, warm approach. And if they don't, that's not a reflection of your worth. That's just compatibility. Keep being your best self. The right person will see it in those first 7 seconds. Your challenge. Next time you see your crush, or any new person you're interested in, remember, you have 7 seconds. Don't waste them being someone you're not. Be confident, be warm, be genuinely interested. Make them feel good, and watch what happens. Drop a comment. Have you ever made a great first impression with your crush? What did you do? Or have you blown it? Tell us your story. Subscribe for dating psychology that actually works. And remember, you have 7 seconds. Make them count. But more importantly, make them feel good. Because the person who makes you feel the best is the person you can't stop thinking about.